Hello and welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 2023 and welcome to the 2028. Wow, we are mowing through this series off-season as the Baltimore Orioles win the World Series. They beat the New York Mets, who, they swept the Mets, so at least we tired them out a bit. Can't believe the Mets. The Mets won last year. They beat us in the same series, so really, we are really starting a rivalry here with the Metropolitans. But this is an interesting offseason. We're in a weird predicament because we have a lot of guys that are still in arbitration, but they're at the end of arbitration. Guys like Tovar, Veen, Pinter's nearing the end of arbitration, right? Well, maybe not, actually. No, he's just starting, actually. But still, Veen, Tovar, Vlade, all these guys are massive pieces. Hayden Mullins, that are in arbitration this year. He's a 60 overall right now. That's weird. I thought he was higher. With 75 potential, but at 27, you really think he's going to reach that potential? I don't. All these guys at arbitration, so we have to be careful with how we spend our money, our capital on them to make sure that we can still have these guys, but be able to make other moves. So we had to make a few hard decisions. Now, first of all, we have money. We have $46 million. We started with around $70 million. All the guys here that do not have this withdrawal thing are who we're bringing back. So the only one is Christopher Sanchez. Now over here, we did decide to offer Jeff McNeil 1 year, $9 million to bring him back. I think that's worth it. I think he gives us that production. Other than him, we're not bringing anyone back. Alvarado, Goldschmidt, Hader I thought about, but he wants too much money. Same thing for Clase. Clase, I checked to see if he would decline the qualifying offer, and he wouldn't, right? Because I said, well, would he re-sign for 1 year, 19? He would, so I'm not going to offer him a qualifying offer, and Hader just wants too much, $11 million each year for 2 years, and again, we got all these contracts coming up. I just can't risk that on a bullpen arm. Now, I understand it's Josh Hader, but still, it's in the end, it's a bullpen arm. So the big deals I gave out, Zach Veen. I came to a 6-year contract that I am negotiating with him right now. He seems to like it. It's 6 years, $183 million with an average salary of $30 million. I think that's fair. We have an opt-out the 6th year, I believe, and I think his production overall has merited it. I think he'll do a bit better than he did last season. I think this is the low end of his production, and if that's the low end, I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, one thing too. This is for pitching because I was just looking at stats. I'm probably gonna start putting Sierra on here as well, along with FIP. Just so you know. And for hitters, I use WRC Plus because it is better a little bit than OPS Plus. That's a tangent for another day, though. So yeah, that's our first big one. Few guys that were posted. Then the other big one was Ezequiel Tovar. Ezequiel Tovar, 4 years, $72 million, $18 million a year. He's been a beast. He's been a monster. He's awesome defensively. He is so worth it. It's pretty cheap overall. Only 4 years. I'll do that. The only one I couldn't really get to was Hayden Mullins. Gonna just ride out arbitration and see where we're looking at next season. I'm going to sim pass the rest of arbitration, let the guys go who's going to go. We'll look at the awards, and yeah, that's really it. When it comes to personnel, yeah, we have no vacancies except the third base coach, which I can't control. It's up to Centena to hire a third base coach. So yeah, let's go to there. Here are the awards for this season. The AL Gold Glove goes as follows. Christian Pache developing pretty well for Oakland. Good for him. I like Pache a lot. So good that he's developing in here. NL Best Defenders. Hey, we got Hunter Green on there, although he really won here full year. Oh, wow, we actually got a few. Ezequiel Tovar, I could expect that at shortstop. Definitely earned it. Michael Taylor definitely earned it. And Juan Soto, was he an awesome defender this year? I gotta do better with my defensive stats, like DRS and stuff. I'll take it. Why not? Jose Ramirez golf tournament. Anthony Castro wins reliever of the year there with Oscar Tovar. Don't know if there's any relation. Giving him a good run for his money, but Castro takes it. Devin Williams wins in the National League with Miguel Castro coming in third and Bobby Dabovich coming in second. Silver Slugger Awards. Alejandro Kirk is so good. Oh my. At catcher, although he can't defend. Vladdy. Good amount of, Blue Jays, as there's another one there. Wilburn Furnace. That's an awesome name. In the National League, again, I think we could see a few here. We got Andrew Pinter. We got Juan Soto. And yeah, that's it. But hey, I'll take two. Why not? Rookie of the Year, Rafael Ramirez with Manny Nunez behind him. Had a good year. And Esteban Mejia, too. It's a really interesting player profile. It's like better Joey Gallo, almost. That's cool. And then Pete Kraska wins it in the National League. I didn't really show this guy this year, but he had an insane rookie season where he just tore it up. He was DH, and yeah, he was a beast. Tamar Johnson got up to the league. Obviously, a big draft prospect for this year. Top manager goes to Brandon Hyde, and in the National League, it goes to Yeo Kang. So that's cool. Cy Young goes to Caden Dana, who had a good year. Whoa, crazy ratings. Let's see this guy's history. When was he picked? He was picked 9th overall. I've never heard of him. And then in the National League, it was Jose Acuna, but he got less first place votes than second and third by like a good amount. And Morian also got it. Are they using him as a starter or a... Okay, yeah, they are using him as a starter. Wow. That's crazy how this worked out. So there... And then Kevin Abel, too. What a weird year for Cy Young. Little trade there. Vladdy wins another MVP. It's his second of this save for the Blue Jays. And the National League MVP goes to Juan Soto. Tatis gave a good run for his money. But of course, Juan Soto does it again, keeping the streak alive. 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Juan Soto, you are a monster. Let's go to free agency. When it comes to free agency, we're going to have a pretty quiet offseason. We're kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks here with pitchers. Guys that are kind of my style of pitchers that I like. The ground ballers, right? Some pretty good movement. Jorge Lopez, I gave a 2-year deal to because he's probably going to miss a good amount of the first year. So I gave him a really cheap first year and then a less cheap second year. And then the biggest one was Josh Hader. I gave him 2 years, $8 million a year, $8.5 million to be exact. And I think that's pretty fair. I think that makes sense, and it's cheaper than what he asked for us earlier in the offseason. See, if I go all players, there's like more extreme examples. Like actually, I'll throw an offer at this guy depending on how much he wants. $6 million. I'll throw a $2 million offer at him. Yeah, no. So that's what I really try to go for with pitchers is movement. So like this guy Ryan Burr, he's got extreme ground ball, good movement. That could maybe be something. But the issue is low stuff, not too many great pitches, wants a little too much money for my blood. Now this guy right here, Junior Fernandez, very good. He's actually a pretty good pitcher in real life. I like him a lot. That offer seems a little more reasonable. It's not great, but a little more reasonable. Max, I'm not going to try his name. This could be an interesting one. See, that this offer seems reasonable, even though he has the kind of low control. Oh, come on, Max. Okay, I'll do 1.92, 1.82. Okay, yeah. So Max Gamboya, I believe is how you say it. That's a reasonable offer right there. So your hope is that you get someone like this guy, Brandon Marklin, who actually looks pretty darn good. And see, he wants a cheap 2-year deal. So yeah, I'll give him this. And I'm pretty much just throwing stuff at the wall and again seeing what sticks, what works. So Brandon Marklin, that'll be our last offer. But where we really made a splash was we made a pretty big trade. So go to transactions, player trade, trade log, and you can see first we traded prospect Victor Lopez for Otto Lopez. Don't know any relation. And they retained 60% of his contract. Otto Lopez, again, he's the kind of guy I like from a middle infielder. Don't like the lack of defense, but I think if he has a good a good year in the minor leagues or even the majors, he has the potential of growing these ratings out. He can avoid Ks and get contact, so he could actually be a pretty solid hitter. And I think you saw that last year where he had a 741 OPS. Not great, but again, that's only in 34 games started. So I think if you can do that for a little longer, I think that would go up. But then the big trade we made. We traded Sebastian Javier. If it'll move down. Traded Sebastian Javier, Jeron Nevarez, Jose Barcinas, and Brady Allen, who I like a lot. I really didn't want to give up Brady Allen, but I had to make the deal work for Jordan Sprinkle, Nick McLean, Gray Harrison, and Ronnie Aguiar. I think that's how you say it, Aguiar. So here's how the deal worked, right? We traded Sebastian Javier as the main piece. I don't like Javier at all. He has 1+ pitch right now. You could argue 2, but I wouldn't even say that. His movement's not good. He's an extreme fly ball. That is not the type of pitcher I like here. And then we just threw in a few no-name guys in Nevarez and Barcinas, with the other main guy being Brady Allen, which I understand he was a beast in AAA. I wouldn't say he's a 4A player, considering he had a good year in 26. But again, I had to make the deal work, and we got Jordan Sprinkle, who's a very good first baseman, maybe even a better Ryan Vlade. Nick McLean, who is a really good center fielder, not great fielder, but he's a very good corner outfielder. He could be a DH. Gray Harrison, who I like his stuff. I love his movement. The control is the only issue. He could be a follower type guy if we wanted to use that. And Ronnie Aguiar, who is a really solid defender and as a hitter has some potential to be a slap hitter, spray hitter, and he can steal a good amount of bags. So that's really what we're doing. We're going to go to the Hall of Fame voting, Rule 5 draft, and see if we can bring these guys in. We lost 3 players in the Rule 5 draft. Clark Schmidt was the first one and probably the one that hurt the most to lose, but again, that is the risk we take. Diane Jorge, not a big loss, and Brian Abreu, not a big loss either. We did make one pick, Carter Benbrock. Now you see, he has a torn UCL, he's out for 9 months. So my plan with him is to just put him on the 60-day IL, and pretty much we have a guy that, I mean, technically he's on the Major League roster, but he's not even going to take up a 40-man spot, and he looks pretty good when he gets back, so I think that's a good deal for us. So we're going to go to the Hall of Fame voting results in the preseason and get this offseason done with. It is the beginning of the preseason, and here is the Hall of Fame, the guys that didn't make it, the guys that did. The 2 that did, very, 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 very deserving, Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols. Cabrera ended with 509 home runs. I mean, what an absolute monster. And with 100%, the second player ever with 100% to be voted in was Albert Pujols, 682 home runs. Well, I mean, what an incredible career for both of them. CC was close, so was Mauer. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy guys got inducted this year. We got a good financial update. Our budgets have been raised. Let's go. Preseason begins, and the Pittsburgh Pirates have moved to Columbus. Disappointed by the lack of recent success and a below-average fan support, Robert Nutting, owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates, decided he has packed their bags and moved the franchise to Columbus. What a nut. Why would you move it to Columbus, Ohio? That's crazy. They're in the South Division. But wait, they didn't move to Columbus, Ohio. Oh, no. You see, I thought, hey, they're in the South Division, and I know of another Columbus in the United States. I know of Columbus, North Carolina. But obviously, Columbus, North Carolina is a town way too small for a baseball team. So what's another big city in Carolina that's close to Columbus, North Carolina? Well, moderately close is not Raleigh, my dog's barking, but Charlotte, North Carolina is. So the Columbus Pelicans will be playing their games in Charlotte, North Carolina, aligning themselves in the South, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are no more. Let's go to spring training and see where we are at. Now it is time to quickly wrap up this video as it has taken forever to make, and again, I'm trying to be more timely with my uploads, but this offseason is taking forever, and we're going to do it by looking at the spring training preseason predictions. Again, these will change at the beginning of the regular season. Joe Black won the Rookie of the Year in 1952. He went 15-4, 15 saves, a 2.15 ERA. Very, very solid. So let's look here. The Orioles are the reigning champs, and they're supposed to win the AL East. They sim very well in a lot of sims. So they usually end up as one of the top teams in these. They think Woburn Furnace will be the top hitter. Wow. Bold prediction. 56 home runs. Then the National League. We are predicted to win 88 games. Wow, that's it. They think Soto is going to continue being a monster. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? If Ortega stays healthy, maybe. I just hope he stays healthy. Well, yeah, I hope he stays healthy. I'm scared of him staying healthy for the Dodgers. Then they also think Martinez and Trey Turner still kicking at 34 years old. Wow, he is such a good player profile. Exactly what I wanted in Royal as well. This Dodgers team is dangerous, but we'll see how they are without Dave Roberts, which I forgot to mention, but he was fired. Travis Barbie is going to take over as manager. He was the PCL manager for him. Where is that? Down here. It doesn't matter. He was in the organization. They just brought him up. And who did we hire as third base coach? Yes, Rod Barajas. So a really good hire. Was with San Diego for a bit as their manager, but awesome at teaching stuff. Good teaching in-game running. Teach running excellent. So I'm super cool with that. So good job, Centena. You did a good job with that hire. That's going to end this video. I'm CJ Ambers with CJ Ambers 05 saying see ya. Let's get this video done and uploaded.